government first is to protect the lives of people. Then the second one is to protect property. So if this administration has failed in protecting the lives of people, so that we have people who are not policemen killing other epic people and we have policemen in this country, then this administration needs to resign, starting with himself.
Okay. Yeah. You know, some say the president is probably the most hated president in Kenya's history. I mean, how true is this, surely? And if at all it is, what are the effects of such a view when it comes to the presidency? What are the effects by Kenyans?
Number one, I don't have something called a hatometer for measuring the level of hate.
Yeah.
But indeed, I have never seen such bile and vitriol and anger directed towards one. In fact, me, if you hated me like that, I would just resign. I don't have to be president. That's one thing President Ruto needs to realize. That if he was to leave that office, people would focus their eyes on the next guys who occupy the office. So he doesn't have to place himself in a position where people hate him that much. There is the option of resigning. And I feel that from where he sits, he thinks that seat is very important. Mandela will tell you it's not. Mandela, after 27 years in prison, tells them, I want a 1-year term. I mean, a 4-year term. And they're like, we don't understand. You fight for 27 years, then you want to be president. He tells them, the reason I fought was not so that I become president. In fact, I became president to help you transition. The minute people realize how useless these positions are. I told people when Herod was killing babies, he was 69. Children have been born. There is a fool who is 69 thinking they are a threat to his kingdom, and he's 69. And then you're killing a baby born yesterday with swords. This is the kind of thinking that Kenya does not need. If I was President William Ruto, would come and tell Kenyans, really, if you hate me this much, there's the option of resigning.
Well, the president is out here trying to make, come up with solutions, if I can put it like that. In fact, the other day he was in Wasingishu about 8 days ago. And I want to say, guys, I'm trying to unite this government, and that's why we saw suddenly Uhuru's men joining government. Also, I think about 2-3 days ago, alikuwa anasema, my main aim is to unite Kenyans.
He's delusional. Kenyans are not divided. Just go to Kibra here. There's a Luo sharing salt with a Maasai and a Kikuyu. And come to this studio. I don't even think we all speak the same language. Everywhere we go, even in matatu, zato kilipia mtu fare sometimes who doesn't have fare to go home. You don't ask them, are you Kalenjin? Are you Masai? Are you Kikuyu? What are you uniting? We are people who have been going to maandamano as young people without even knowing who comes from which tribe.
I agree.
We are doing weddings every day, marrying people from other tribes. This nonsense of telling us you're uniting Kenya. Kenya is not disunited.
It's true. But when you see now Raila men in government, Uhuru men in government, how would you judge government's performance thus far as we're getting into the new year?
It's not Raila men we needed in government. It's not Uhuru men we needed in government. It's performance we needed in government. It's bad policy we needed to eliminate from government. I mean, we have living examples of country like Jamaica that allowed their airports to be run by, their aircraft to be run by other people. And then the pride of Jamaica came to an end and so on and so forth. They are living examples of horrible, horrible decisions that the country must never make. So you don't bring a problem and then you start looking for a solution to the problem and then you want us to clap for you because you brought a solution to a problem that you created in the first place. So it's not about bringing Raila men into government. It's not necessary. Right. It's about saying, wait a minute, was Adani important for this country? I submit to you it's not. Because the other day my sister was flying to Canada. In that flight, when we go to the airport, we were having conversations with people. And they tell you, mi nimetoka Busia, nimetoka Kitale, nimetoka Mombasa. Not everybody who boards a plane from JKIA is coming from Nairobi.
That's true.
Literally, people plan trips. Why do you call Eldoret international? Why do you call Kisumu international? If they were to say they have a flight to Dubai every Thursday, for example, everybody from that region would never come here. So there's congestion here because we've created it. Because we are stupid enough to create congestion here and then start asking Adani to come and invest in our airport. Every day there's pickups of Miraa running wild, almost killing people on the road, leaving Meru to come and bring Miraa here, which is going to Mogadishu. Na zimepita Isiolo International Airport hapo. Na kuna ingine imejengwa huko Wajia. Total nonsense. Isiolo is so close to Meru. Why don't we start having small flights taking Miraa to Mogadishu from Isiolo? I mean, how many people are leaving Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, Malindi because they are flying to the USA or to Dubai or to Qatar or to Turkey and they have to come here? Mombasa International Airport, if they had a dedicated flight, known on specific days, I mean, nobody books a flight like a matatu now. Some people book a flight even a month before, 2 months before. So it is possible to run our airport without expanding it. And I dare submit to us that we have the wrong people running this place. It's not the airport we need to expand. It's the brains of the people who are managing our airports. Just come and say, wait a minute. How do we deal with these other existing airports? And if we do that, then we don't need Adani. So the president is creating problems and then having a headache trying to resolve those problems and then expecting us to clap for him because he has resolved problems he created in the first place.
Let me ask, do you think the president and all the people in the government owe Kenya an apology? Because when you look at the mandamandos that happened in June, instead of coming out to Kenyans and telling them, I've had your problems, we were called terrorists. And then now when you look at the language that they're giving us, where they're saying, you know, no child has been killed, and that we have to respect the president, we have to respect the people in government, do you think they should just step down and say, okay, we owe Kenyans an apology?
You see, the only time they think a child has been killed is if one of them or one of their own had died. And we shall never wish that one of their own dies. Because they are insensitive to the lives of people who they don't consider important. And to them, the lives of Kenyans are not important. Actually, if you paid your taxes and died having paid your taxes, they'll be okay. And they're happy with you dying because they know they'll sell the death certificate. They'll charge you a space at Langata mortuary. They'll still make money from you when you're dead. And then when it goes to succession, there will be money that you pay to even divide your land when you're